Hello, Tom here. Welcome back. In this video, I'll be fixing air filter and steering box for my girlfriend's 1946 Austin 10. Okay, so here I have the air filter and steering box. With the air filter, it's just a little job of replacing this bolt. Only need to file or grind this weld off so I can actually pull it out and replace it. The reason for replacing it is there's got a stripped thread, so I need to put a new one in. I'll be replacing it. I've got one of these. I'll be replacing it with a metric bolt since it's a bit harder to get imperial size bolts around here. Another thing is with the steering box, I'm going to machine this inside diameter and the depth to be able to install a modern oil seal. This thing used to have just some kind of felt ring and washer pressed in. I'm pretty sure that the modern seal will do a better job. Another thing is that whoever did this shaft, somebody machined this shaft, but it's not machined all the way in. So you have new bushes. There's one bush. You can see it. Okay, so it's better from this side. So you got a bush here, bush down there, and this shaft supposed to go all the way in, but because of that little step here, it is not going all the way in. So I'm just going to machine it as far as I can. That's one thing. Another thing, when they machine this diameter, they just simply drill a center hole here. You can see that there is some sort of hard or wear-resistant material pressed in. And the reason for that is that on the cover you have an adjustment screw, and this adjustment screw supposed to push against that little piece of hard or wear-resistant metal, and to be able to adjust the free play on the steering. But since somebody drilled a hole in there, the adjustment screw got nothing to push against. So I'm going to drill it out, and I'm going to replace it with some sort of hard or wear-resistant material. I'm pretty sure I can find something in the workshop. Other than that, everything looks alright. So once I have it all done, once I have the machining done, I'm just gonna clean the parts and then start assembling the steering box. Okay, so first I'm going to do the bolt for the air filter. I've got a little piece of high-speed steel. I'm just gonna put it between the clamp, so I'm not gonna squash it too much. I'll just put it in my vise and see if I can file the weld off and remove the bolt. Alright, there you go. That wasn't that hard at all. Alright, so the clamp is off. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit, get the sharp edges off. It looks alright for its age. There's nothing wrong with it. So I'm just gonna put it back on the filter. And I'll get the bolt. Get the washer. I'm also gonna put a spring washer in. And nut. And that's about it. That's the filter done. Well, the air filter is done, so next thing I'm going to do is the steering box. I'm going to set it up on the milling machine, and we'll probably put I'd say maybe 3 clamps on it, so it's not going to move anywhere. And then we can start machining. I'll see if I can make it nice and leveled. I'm going to just use a couple of trims. Oh, that feels about right. And we can do some clamps. I'll probably do one there, one here, and another one somewhere in the middle. Three clamps should be more than enough. It's not, I'm not gonna be doing any heavy cuts. I'll be machining only this inside diameter. This inside diameter at the moment is about 34 millimeters and the depth is about 6 millimeters. So I'm going to machine that little step off, and I'm going to machine to 35 millimeters inside and about 7 millimeters depth, 6.5, 7 millimeters. So just enough so I can install the oil seal. And I'm going to put one more here. Maybe like so. And that should be enough. Okay, we'll just tighten it up. That's nice and tight, and I'm pretty sure that it's not going to move. Well, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my machine, so I'm going to center this hole, and then I'll just use a dial indicator, and then I'll get a boring head and start machining. Okay, I've got my dial indicator and I'm going to use a drill chuck so I can set the machine in the center of this hole, and then once I have that, I'll start machining. So I don't have a special indicator to set the bore, but I'm just using just a normal dial test indicator. So I'll just pop it in a chuck. You can adjust this little pin here. You can move it back and forth. So, and also you can set the arm. And so you can just simply turn it around, put it in the ball, turn it around like here. You see where you are, and it shows you which way I need to go. So basically I'm just running it in. I'll just roughly, and then I see which way I need to go to set it in the center of the hole. You're probably not going to see where it is on the other side, but well, you can see you get a 0 here, and then it looks like I need to go a bit forward. Well, with just a bit of playing around, turning this way, turning that way, you can see that the arm is barely moving. I've got a maybe 0.100 of a millimeter, which is good for this situation, because the shaft is not gonna turn at high speed. It's only gonna turn about 2 turns each way, so point 100 of a millimeter run out is pretty good. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep it as it is, and now I'm gonna swap for the boring head and start machining. I'll change it to the middle one. Okay. Well, I've set the boring bar in the middle, since this is a smaller diameter, and now I'm going to set the zero. This piece of high-speed steel is 5 millimeters thick. So I'll just touch the bar like so. I can go a little more. Okay, that's about it. And then I'll go 5 millimeters up. And that's my zero. Next thing, I'm going to set the diameter. I'll start, since the hole in the bush is 22 millimeters, so I'll start from about 25 millimeters, and then I'll just go all the way up to 35 millimeters. The reason for that is that I want to have a flat bottom. I don't want to have any steps there, so I'll just go maybe 1-2 millimeters at a time, and then I'll finish it. I want to get to size about 35 millimeters exactly, or 35 millimeters plus 5/100 of a millimeter. Oh, well, it looks like it's not really going to cut anything, so I'm just going to move it out a little bit more. Maybe this far, and I'll see if I machine anything off. I'll give it a try. Well, it looks like it's not cutting anything, so I can go out a little more and give it another try. It's very hard. It's very hard to see. Well, one division is 1/100 of a millimeter, but it is very hard to see this. I might have to go and get a little light. I'll take another cut. Well, it looks like we've got something. Okay, I'll have a light so I can see better, and I'll move it another maybe 0.2 of a millimeter and see if we're going to cut anything. Well, that looks promising. Let's see what size we have. Well, okay, at the moment we have 33 millimeters. So the oil seal is 35, so we've got another 2 millimeters to go. So I might take another, say like a half a millimeter and see how it goes. That should be half a millimeter. We'll take another cut. Okay, so I'm at 33.5. So I've got another millimeter and a half to go. Might give it a little more, might give it a millimeter. Okay, I'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm at 34.5, so I have another 5/10 of a millimeter to go, and I'm going to check it with a micrometer. Alright, let's check it with a mic, and we see what exactly we have. Oh, no way. Okay, so I'm reading 5.6 millimeters. I don't know if you can. Oh, it's not. It's out of focus. You probably can't see it, but it's 34.6 millimeters. So I can go another 0.4 to 0.45 of a millimeter. Alright, so I'll go 0.4 of a millimeter, and then I'll measure it again. The oil seal is usually about 0.1 of a millimeter oversized. So basically, if you make 35 millimeters here, that oil seal will you can just push it in with a bit of effort, and it's not gonna come loose. Okay, we'll take another cut and see how it goes. See what the size is. Alright, the size is 35 and 2/100 of a millimeter. I'm just gonna keep it as it is. I'm not gonna take any more. Last thing I'm going to do, I'm just gonna make a little chamfer here to get rid of the sharp edge, and also I'll make a little chamfer on the bronze bush, because it looks like whoever did the bushes, they didn't really bother with any chamfer, so they've got a sharp edge. So I'm gonna make a little chamfer on that as well. For the chamfer, I'm going to use this little homemade tool. It's just a piece of high speed still, and it does have a little 45-degree angle on it. Looks like that's gonna work at least for the smaller diameter. For the bigger diameter, I might have to move it out a little bit more. Well, that's one, and I'll see if I can, I'll just move it to the bigger diameter. This might be easier to just swap it like so. That might work. That looks about right. It's sticking out a bit, get a bit of vibration, but that's fine, that should be okay. I'll get the seal and see if it fits. Yeah, that looks like with a bit of a push we can get it in. I'm not going to put it in just now, gotta clean it all up, get rid of all the shavings, and then I'll put it in. So yeah, well that's all there is for this this steering box. All I got left is the shaft, so that's that I'm going to do that on my lathe. That's going to be done on my lathe, and but I have to set it up first. So I'm going to do that next. I'll set the shaft and I'll skim. It's only a light cut, so it's only, I think, about 0.1, 0.2 of a millimeter. So it shouldn't take too long and shouldn't be that hard. Okay, so the seal is in. The casing is clean and ready for assembly. I do apologize because I've mentioned that I'm going to do that shaft next, but I feel that this video doing the air filter and doing this casing is going to be already too long, and I don't want people to get bored. So I'm gonna make another video on machining this shaft, replacing that little hardened piece and machining the diameter. I'll post that video as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Please write comments and subscribe if you wish. And as I mentioned, I'll be making second part of this video, and I'll be uploading that sometimes next week. Take care.